Well, I started about probably 7:30 or 7:45 this morning, and it's after 8 p.m. I've just now got finished welding everything. Had to go test fit it, take it out, drill holes, and put it back in there and make sure holes are in the right place, and then drill them bigger so I could weld them. Got them out to a 3/8 of an inch diameter. And got everything welded. I plug welded about, I don't know, every 3 or 4 inches all the way across here. And I also went on the inside and run approximately anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to an inch of a bead right up next to the inner rocker panel, just for extra safety. And I don't know what the deal is with these 4 pins, but the seatbelt hole was right here, and that was in the wrong place on this car. On our car, it was back here, so I had to weld that to the floor so I'll make sure it didn't leak. I mean, to the inner rocker. And then, the reason why I got all these welds back here is I was drilling, trying to find the hole for the seatbelt. I finally found it, so I welded up the holes that I drilled there before I drilled all the way through. But got this 4-pin luckily has braces for the bucket seats, and I went ahead and welded around them extra. I always do this even on the nuts on the back side of the seat belt. I weld them extra. I put a bolt in there and then weld it, and then take the bolt out while it's hot still, because I'm just afraid of that. Them spot welds I put on there don't look very strong. There's not much on it. I'm always afraid it'll break off. But, you know, instead of this 4-pin, that very front was rolled down and it had a lip to where I could butt it up next to the original here. But I went ahead and left about 1 inch of the original 4-pin hanging off, just so I'd have something extra for it to hang on to. And I cut that and took a dolly and hammer and flattened it out. And I just laid it over the top, and every place where I cut it, I welded it to the floor in those little grooves. And then I drilled some holes here and there and plug welded it also. I've got lots of grinding ahead of me tomorrow. I've spent about 12 hours today, so it's been a long day. So that's the update. Oh, and I want to show also the 4-pin does not come with the braces that are welded next to the inner rocker, so you need to leave them on a 4-pin if you ever take your 4-pin off. I mean, you don't leave them on the car. I took the 4-pin out before I got the new one, because, you know, I left those in there because I didn't know if it would come with them or not. And it did not come with them, so it was a good thing I did that. And I plug welded it here and there, up here and there and there. And got a 4-jack under the bottom, pushed it up against the floor, and then welded it. And I get these little stair-stepping drill bits. That's what I use to drill the holes there where the seats go. I'm not going to drill the holes where the bucket seats go yet, because I don't have the bucket seats here, and I don't know if they're original Duster seats or if they've come out of some other car. So I'm going to wait before I drill any holes to find out, because that way I don't have extra holes in the floor that I got to fill up. But let me see. I thought something else I'd point out too. Also, right here on the underneath side, the rear part of the 4-pin, it curves down and steps under and comes to about right there where my finger is. So you got to plug weld this to that, and then also up here. And I went ahead and plug welded it all across there, a couple of places back here, and then I went across on the perimeter also, put some too. And from the factory, it had a solid bead across back there. I don't know if somebody's done it over the years, so I just went ahead and did it back the way it was just to be safe. That way it's like it was when I got it. So that's about all for this update today. So like I said, tomorrow probably got a full day of grinding ahead of me. And then I gotta sand all this and put epoxy on it. And then get some seam sealer on it. And I gotta tell my customer the very first thing they need to do is take this and put it up on a lift and have the bottom undercoated. I was gonna undercoat this, but I got thinking about it. I don't want to do it because I'm welding on it. It'll catch on fire and it'll just be a big mess. So I just stuck it on there, and that's what we're going to have to do. It would have been a lot easier in a way to have it undercoated, and if you could keep it dry and not catch on fire, but I just didn't want to take chances of doing it because it'd be a fresh product and it would probably just burst into flames quickly. So Kim, if you're watching this, that's one thing you need to do is before you get this on the road, take it straight to someplace that's got a car lift and have someone undercoat the bottom of it and make sure they're getting all the cracks and crevices good. And you see them holes there, or them plug welds? That's where the brace is going all the way across. It's the transmission cross member. And those going forward are the front frame rails. And also in the pockets up underneath, you need to make sure they get up in there good. So that way, because this E-coat, it will rust fast because water just gets right through it and it will rust to the metal and you'll have a rusty floor pan again. So you got to get it undercoated as soon as possible after you get it on the road. Alright, that's it. As always, if what I'm doing helps you out, if you like the channel, subscribe and share it. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.